Hello, my scrappy friends. Welcome back to my channel for another process video. Today I'm going to be working with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, the 30 days of sketches. I know this was for the month of September and we are in October, but I've always wanted to dedicate myself to the full 30 days. And every time I have the best intentions of doing it, I might only do a couple out of the 30 days, but this time I really wanted to focus and do the full 30 days. So I'm on day 4 right now. This is day 4 sketch, and it's up there on the right hand corner for you. Now, also what kind of helped me with this is that I've been on a 2-week break, and whenever I'm on a long or I have like a 2-week break from scrapbooking, I always kind of have a hard time getting back into the groove. And so sketches always help me. So this was kind of perfect. And my first original thought was I was going to replace the circles that were in the sketch with a silhouette cut file that were flowers, and then have them kind of trickle down on the or not horizontal, a vertical line off to the side. That was what I started off with. So I had, like you saw, a stamp. I was, that was going to be zigzags, or no, actually I was going to use the scallop stamp, and I was kind of going to go with the flow of the sketch, but I'm going to now kind of make it into my own, because as I was looking for products that I wanted to use, I came across this Echo Park. I believe it's called It's a Wonderful Life, or Life is Wonderful. I don't know the exact name, but I will have it in the description box below. But once I had that paper, I was like, I kind of shifted away from using cut files, just because I have to go get the machine. It's in my garage. You guys know that my house was on the market for a little bit. Since then, we have taken it off. It's a long story that I won't go into, but yeah, so that's kind of another reason why I'm back into the groove so quickly of scrapbooking. But so I didn't really want to pull out the machine. I was like, okay, I can actually make this work and kind of give the same effect as the sketch has, which is just having some elements going down on a vertical line. So the first thing I did was I grabbed this floral paper, because again, remember, florals were kind of already in my head. I already had that idea that I wanted flowers, and I just found this one that's already was cut out. It's just a strip of, or scraps basically, in that collection. And then I went into my cardstock bin and I found some cardstock that would match. I cut it a little bit wider, and at first I thought I was going to have it in the center of that burgundy cardstock. But then I thought, you know what, when I found this other piece of scratch paper, and I really like the lighter pink as well, this is where I kind of give it kind of just a layered effect of 3 different papers. That way it kind of fills that gap and has that vertical line going down. Now, as you can see, I'm actually kind of like talking about how I'm going to have elements kind of going down. I had my hand kind of motioning down. And that is because at the time I was like, you know what, maybe I still will do the cut files. It will still work because that lighter pink, even though it has a pattern paper, or it is a pattern on it, it's very subtle to the eye, so it reads kind of a solid colored cardstock. And then next is that burgundy cardstock, so I thought that would be perfect. Well, when I went back into the collection, kind of look at everything, I realized I had 3 of those sticker sheets. Don't ask me, I don't know. I probably bought a whole collection of it, didn't realize that I bought a whole collection, and then bought pieces of the collection, and then forgot I bought the sticker sheet or something. But I have 3 sheets of it, so I definitely wanted to use that up. So I ended up changing out that idea of grabbing my silhouette machine and using and creating cut files with it. And instead, I'm going to replace those cut file flowers that I had that were my original plan, and going to use replace them with stickers. The layout will be very sticker heavy, which I don't mind because I am using up what I have, which always is such a good feeling. And speaking of using up what I have, anytime I do any type of mixed media, and if I'm not too fond of it, it didn't turn out the way I had envisioned, I always put those off to the side because I save those white cardstock papers just to flip them over and use them for white backgrounds for when I need it. Which, speaking of white background, that was actually the prompt for day 4 for the Scraptember and 30 days of sketches, was to use white background, which the past 3 or 4 layouts, I think since I started this series, I was using a white background. So yeah, this was kind of easy for me. All right, so now I'm going to add another layer. I just felt like I wanted to add more to fill up a lot of this white cardstock. And I grabbed one of the border stickers. Now, one thing that really becomes a pet peeve of mine, I don't know if it is for you guys, but when companies make border stickers and they know we scrap 12 by 12. I mean, that's what their intentions are, and the sticker is not a true 12 by 12. It ends up being short. So the easy fix to do is just cut it in the middle, or cut it where you know you're going to have your photo, and then have it kind of separated right there. And that way the photo covers up the gap, and no one will ever know except for us scrapbookers, because we know that trick. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing everything down, and I really am already liking how this turns out. I like how I created a different element, versus circles, where I was originally going to do flowers, and then I ended up using stickers for my sticker sheet, and they're not even really circles, or all different. I mean, I've only one that truly is a circle out of that. So it doesn't matter what shape it is just telling you that something needs to go on a vertical line in that sketch. All right, so I was having a hard time pressing this down, so anytime I'm trying to really adhere the cardstock to the background, and I want to add pressure, I just take my little foam, not foam, it's a photo like cloth, just so that way it hides or takes out all of the fingerprints and smudges, and I just kind of press it down using that. Went back to that sticker sheet because, like I said, I really want to use this up, and I found, or not found, I wanted to really use the tag of the butterfly one, but I knew I didn't want to have it just kind of hanging there, so I just cut off that part of the tag and then just kind of had it up on the right corner, and I like that. Kind of just adds a balance because the left is a little bit more, well, it's a lot heavier than the right. All right, so then they had a couple of phrases, one that said sweet, and I believe the other one said happy. I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle those around the photos. And at first, I put the one where I tucked it underneath the photo, and then the other one I put on top of the photo, but I'm going to go back and fix that. Now, one thing I did want to say as I am starting to create the title, I'm not going to have you guys watch the whole thing because we are pretty much almost coming to an end, but I will put everything down and then I will glue it off camera. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about, just a little tip, I don't know if it's where I live and the type of weather. We don't really have humidity here, but it is kind of on the drier side. The basil cardstock, the side where it has the textured, which it's funny, back in the day I used to not like that side, but now I am loving the textured side. My stickers do not adhere well, like it doesn't really attach to that part. So anytime that it was on, the sticker was going over like the floral side where it's a very flat paper along with that light pattern pink, the sticker adhered just fine. However, on the side where the burgundy textured cardstock is, I noticed that it wasn't sticking at all. So I did have to add some tacky glue just to make sure that it was, that doesn't fall off, because that drives me nuts. And just add that extra adhesive. All right, so now I'm going to have my title, again, using all these stickers from the sticker sheet, just because I did not have the embellishment pack with this collection, and it's going to be a very generic uh, title for my daughter's friend's album. It's just going to say Girl Scout Slumber Party. I don't know if her mom is going to journal in any of these layouts, and that's something I don't do. I definitely don't journal for anybody albums that I make, but I try to at least incorporate something about that day. So the title is Girl Scout Slumber Party, so that way the mom and her know that that's what it was. And then if they want to, they can add their story. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to add today was, and I'm going to say it was awesome because the girls had a blast. They have been close since kindergarten. That troop stayed, all the way through kindergarten. Now, most of them, some people have moved away, unfortunately, but half that troop is still together. So it's pretty awesome to see their friendship. All right, everyone, and that's pretty much it. It's coming to an end. I think I'm going to add some sprinkles here off camera. Oh, no, I do it on camera. Oh, I forgot about that. And I just made this layout yesterday. Sometimes I can't remember when I hit the record button. Sometimes I forget. But yes, I did add it in here. I just wanted to add again, because that left was so kind of top heavy, I still wanted to give some vertical elements on the right hand side as well, but make it kind of subtle, and that's just adding splatters, which actually is in the sketch. It's just going in a horizontal manner. So I just grabbed some turquoise and some, I think, pink rose, and that's it. All right, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed this layout. If you did, I hope, or If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel, I would love to have you here, and I hope you do consider subscribing. You all have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Bye.